about any of this, did you? It says Salem. This whole wedding says Salem. It's a statement of time. Don't you have anything for this time?
I know you're somewhere, somewhere.
So, a little recap, we play as a detective by the name of Ronan, whose wife died a couple years ago. He's been on a renegade cop, self-man mission to stop all crime, and he heard about this killer called the Bell Killer, I think it was the name, and the Bell Killer actually has gone around killing people in Salem, Massachusetts, which, if anybody has known anything about Salem, is where a lot of the witch stuff happened. So now that he's a ghost, he's like, well, crap, what do I do? So he has to now solve his own murder as a ghost who possesses things. So the hard thing is going to be trying to figure out how to solve the actual murder. Now, we went up to the apartment and found a little girl there that apparently the Bell Killer was trying to kill. And we found out that she is going towards the church, which is where we are now going. So, onward! Also, I have no idea what these little symbols on the floor mean. Not a clue. Oh, these are cops.
Face it, Baxter hated the guy.
I think the hate was pretty mutual.
Ronan was a little rougher on the edges. But Baxter, he isn't exactly Mr. Cuddly.
Yeah, but you don't think he'd. I mean, a fellow cop. Or anybody.
In this job, I'm surprised less every day about what people are really capable of.
Now, Baxter is the other cop who never really liked Ronan, being you. Cops wondered if Baxter hated Ronan enough to kill him. Well, maybe. Also, I was worried I couldn't, like... Oh, okay, so apparently, since I did that, that covered both conversations. So I realized I can go through certain things, but I can't go through everything. Like, this apparently was there before everything else. Hold on, I need to double check to make sure that the stream is actually working. Like, I was watching... Who was I watching? Young earlier, and he was trying to do a stream of a lot older game. Not a lot older. Anthem, that's what it was. I couldn't remember what it was. He was... Danielle! Danielle's over here watching YouTube videos. What are you watching? Oh wait, there's something. There's two things. Good thing I was actually paying attention. Unlike my partner here, Danielle, up on here on Facebook. Harassed by Baxter. Rough days at work for my man. It took a while for him to be able to talk about it, but this Baxter fellow seems to be completely hostile towards Ronan, and there's nothing he can do about it. It's a mystery why there's so much animosity. Ronan has never done anything to offend him, but Baxter decided what kind of person Ronan was, and there's no convincing him otherwise. You can't teach some people. Excuse me, that's a burp. Oh,
The day everything died for me.
Thinking about it is so surreal. I instantly have an out-of-body experience every time, seeing myself at that moment. After she tried to break up an argument between two men on the street, two strangers to her, one of them would stab her for no reason. Oh, I thought she died of cancer. She died for trying to help, and these assholes got away. If I'd arrived to meet her just 1 minute earlier, my life would have been different, better, and she wouldn't have been gone. Wow. I honestly thought she died of cancer or something like that. Turns out that she died because she was trying to stop two men from fighting, and one of them stabbed her.
The day everything died
More or less
for
what
me.
you saw. It's like if you ever have a flashback, it's kind of blurry like that. So that's a flashback of what it was. Like, you don't actually see the stabbing itself, but this is his memory. That's what you see. Him actually coming there and going, "Oh crap." So the cool things that I almost don't know what I can and cannot walk through. Like I know that if it's kind of blue like that, I can't walk through it. But physical things like this, I can walk through. Oh, is that your girlfriend messaging you? It's definitely your girlfriend messaging you. Dani's bestie. I also like this. Like as you see that ghost in the in far, like if I get closer, they'll just disappear. Ooh, okay, I thought it was gonna make me a liar. But yeah, like when we were in the house, we saw a lot of ghosts, and when we got closer to them, they would disappear. And I always kind of like that aspect, but it is also frustrating. Join us. Why would I want? Oh, okay. So I would be hiding, not that would. Creepy. Why would I need to come? Ooh. What's this? As Soderbergh's family photo, she had so much potential. This is a terrible shock, especially now. She had been accepted to Smith College and was all. Oh, so this is one of the victims of the Bell killer. Yeah, you can't see the pictures or whatever. Yeah, you can't see the pictures.
I'd accuse my boss of witchcraft in a heartbeat.
Back in the Salem witch trials, and I'm saying this to everybody. I know Dani probably doesn't know about the Salem witch trials. Okay, so back in Salem, back in like 1700s, like 16, whatever, 17, whatever. People will accuse other people. Oh, you're a witch, and the way that they would prove that you were or were not a witch, they would try to drown you. Now, if you drowned, you were a human. If you didn't drown, if you came up on a broomstick, it was like, I got you, then you'd be a witch, and then we would ask you nicely to please come down here so we can kill you. Now, it was a thing back then. Many people died because people would be like, oh, you're the reason my crops are bad, or you're the reason my wife's cheating on me, or you're the reason my kids are horrible. Or the wives would be like, well, I don't like that girl next door, so yeah, she's a witch. Or my son got a bad grade in school, that bitch is a witch. And and the way that, you couldn't really disprove it because, oh, if I drown, then I'm dead. But then I'm human. But if I'm a witch, which I'm not, like possess and dispossess, I guess. Like, so that's how I get out of their body. Can I get rid of that? Is that thing I can get rid of? No, because it has that glow, so I can't walk through it. It's weird. Like things that have that glow, I can't walk through. But see this? Right through it. Is that a person? What am I doing? I'm a ghost.
Or am I? This isn't right. I don't even know how I got here. I just want to go home.
Do you want to help this girl, or do you want to go to the church? There we go.
Listen,
that's how I get Dani to
I don't know if
participate
there's
in this
anything- I
train.
don't know if there's anything I can do. It looks like you could use some help.
I don't know how I got here, or even where here is. I can't remember what happened to me. Why am I like this?
I'm sorry to tell you, kid. But if you're here, it means you're dead.
I knew it.
Look, I'm in a similar situation. Now, I used to be a detective. Let me take a look around and see if I can find anything that will help you make sense of all this.
I don't even know where you'd start.
Hey, we're detectives. Is what we do.
Is there anything you remember? It doesn't matter how small. Sometimes the tiniest detail is all it takes.
I want that baton stick in its hip. I've been staring at that
I
hardcore.
remember lots of
I really
people.
just want it.
And this
Like,
rowboat.
how police have those sticks that hit
Everyone
people.
was scared. And I keep seeing the name Mana Hansit.
Mana hands it.
That's a start. Let me see what I can do.
Usually, from what I remember from whenever I used to play, the clues were always around. Like this is the crime scene. It's in this area, so all the clues we need are here. It doesn't look like she remembers much. I wonder what the name Mahana set refers to. So there's something. Oh, well, there's that. There's 5 clues here. Here's one.
It died when a rowboat capsized and sank. Her body was never recovered. What was she doing on a rowboat?
That's okay. I saw that walking up, so I kind of figured that was something. What's this? A picture of the survivors of the Mahana set steamer wreck. So the Manohan set steamer wreck was a boat. So we can assume that she remembers the name Mahana set, that she's related to this boat. And since she was on a rowboat, it says here steamer wreck. So it wrecked and she's the lone survivor. But for some reason she didn't make it to shore. Wait, what? It says that she was on a rowboat returning to the sinking. Oh, she was returning to the boat, to the wreckage, right before she drowned. So the question is, why would she row to a sinking ship? Then it just gave me the eyebrow raise. Witnesses only saw the suspect's face briefly, much of the face obscured, but suspects appeared to be white men with blue eyes. That's about the bell killer, so. What's this? Candles? Cult? We'll see. A bunch of candles were left here over the years. Most of them look like prayer candles. No, it was like a vigil. We had to do one in Skills. Is whenever when people pass away, the community would come together to support those who have lost. So I think that's what. So obviously, with the boat sinking or the boat wrecked, some people lost their lives. What does that have to do with this girl, though? That's 3 clues. I guess we will. Is that a rose? That's shaking violently?
There's a note. You will be deeply missed. You are a hero to us all. Huh. Hero to us all. Looks like more than one person owes her their lives.
Why? Bouquet of flowers. The note on the flowers reads, "You will be deeply missed. You are a hero to us all." You'll be deep. No, speak your mind. You might be close. That's not a bad idea, considering that this is near this rowboat right here. You see something over there? Yeah, but there's something else. What is this?
Looks like a memorial of some kind. I'll bet people left more than just this around here. Finding that stuff could help piece things together.
Ooh, we already got all 5 pieces. There's a lot of things over there to look at later. It looks like there was some kind of loving tribute left here. I wonder if it has anything to do with the girl who has no name. So far, we figured out that she rowed back to this wreckage ship called the Mohana set, right? And people think of her as a hero. Heroes save people, so she must be trying to save people. And what did they say? Her boat top-sided, right? So how did the lady on the beach die? See, Yahtzee, the guy who does Zero Punctuation, the thing I watched you don't like. There's this game called Alpha Protocol, and it will give you, like, you know how there's games and it has text, and sometimes the game will be like, okay, press this button to say that. Well, he was saying that some games will go, okay, it'll say pants, and you'd be like, okay, well, what do you mean by pants? Do you mean I have pants? You have nice pants? Or there's pants over there? Or there's pants that I have to look for? The word pants is very vague. So it says, how did this lady die? We know that she drowned. So we need to find something that is related to that. Both the beachside and more will kind of relate to that, because it's referring to the fact that she died on the beachside. Whoa, what would you guess? I would guess maybe the newspaper obituary, because that actually says how she died, and that's how we found out how she died. Let's try that first then. The girl's obituary says she was in a rowboat returning to a sinking Mahana right before she drowned, which is the most relevant clue. This has to be it. Booyah! 10 points for team Nicolas and Dani. Boo! Okay. So there's something else that must refer to how she died. It looks like there was some kind of loving tribute left behind. I wonder if it has anything to do with the girl. I don't think this necessarily refers to how she dies, like, directly. What I want to think is not this, but the other thing, that the roses. How she died as a hero. So I'm going to try for that. You will be deeply missed, and you are a hero to us all. So we have one more. So we either have to pick. I don't think this relates to how she died. A bunch of candles were left here. Most of them look like they were prayer candles. We only have one more to pick. How she died. How she died. Rather than why she died or what she died of. How she died. By saving people. So which one would most represent that? Would it be the framed picture of the survivors? Would it be the memorial of the people who did die? Or would it be the people who came and viewed their death? Like, in remembrance. It's kind of a hard choice. What do you say, Dani? Guys, her thinking face is adorable, let me tell you. This one or what, this one? Or this one? Because you only have these three options. Guess. If you're wrong, then we're wrong. I'm sure the game will let us try again. I trust in you. Oh, okay. Boom. See, look at that. See, trust you.
Victim. She was a hero. She saved a lot of people before her rowboat sank. She needs to know how much she meant to them.
Dani was so nervous. She's like, I don't know. She's trying to whisper, like, I don't know. I'm like, just try it. And she did it well.
Did you find anything?
That name you remember, the Monohansid? Turns out it was a steamer ship that sank right outside of Salem Harbor. If it weren't for you, a lot of people would have died. You're a hero.
If I saved everyone, then how did I die?
No, you didn't save everyone, but you were trying to. Your rowboat capsized.
I can't swim. So I must have drowned.
I'm sorry.
She tried saving people in water, knowing she couldn't.
No.
That's heroic.
No, don't be. Thanks to you, instead of fear and sadness.
I don't know how to swim. I don't know how to doggy paddle.
If it weren't for you, I would never.
Where would I have learned that at?
know.
The community pool?
Thank
Screw
you
that
from
noise.
the bottom of my heart.
I'm glad I could help.
Oh, nice work. Amnesia. Oh, Julie, find peace. Oh, that was her name. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find anything worth of interest around here. Ooh, paper. That's always interesting. That car tattoo. I don't even have to ask about the car stealing tattoo. I hate it. It's garnish, crude, common. He can sense my disapproval, but I suppose it's too late. All tattoos come from the danger of regret. Review. Ooh, yeah, baby. Remove. So here. Collect. I need 15 more to uncover the story. need 14 more now to cover the story. Okay. We're gonna try this. Boom. Oh, see, look, that looks like Hitler. Wait, you don't remember, do you? Okay, never mind. Dani's a time traveler, guys, so, you know, from another dimension, history wasn't the same, so, don't, yeah, it's cool, it's cool. I could have sworn I was going to teleport on the other side. Drop. Yeah, well, I don't think there's anything to do, and I'm trying to see if there's anything worth picking up before I go. Up close, okay, buddy. Okay. I think I remember, like, I used to be able to, like, just do that repeatedly for fun. Just teleport from one place to another. Where is this? Where is this? St. Benedict's Church, found 1874. Open every night by tonight. I am sure. Pirates History Plaque. The spot overlooked the favored launching port of many privateers who operated with the tactic permission of the Continental Navy during the Revolutionary War. Salem was the primary harbor for heavily armed and fast-moving ships that were attacked on Royal Navy ships as they attempted to, apply pressure to the neighboring ports of Boston Harbor. It's just history lessons. What is this? Oh. Review my life.
No one made me smile like you did, Jules.
The picture by the beach. It's hard to put into words the happiness Julia brought to my life. It is actually quite a loving story that I think I remember it by. Day at the beach. The picture we took at the beach came out surprisingly well considering it was almost dark. The one I got of rowing just as the sun was setting was brilliant. It wasn't much of for catching Ronan's features, but my, what a silhouette that man cuts. He makes everything about him look good. Salem can use that shot to sell itself as a beach resort. Yeah, you're right about that. I guess you feel kind of happy about that, huh? But you got it. Granted, you know, that happened about 5 minutes ago, but it's cool. I'm so proud of you about that. Hey guys, sorry about that. Seems like somebody logged in. I'm over at Dani's place right now. We're playing this We're So Suspect. And I left my Xbox at home for my mom to play. She's not exactly game suave, I guess. So she must have accidentally logged into my account, which kicks me out of everything. The Twitch stream, the game itself. So I had to log myself back in, and I'm sure they just, figured it out. That, oh yeah. If I didn't know, don't have a clue, but they'll probably have a clue whenever they see the stream. Now this is gonna be interesting because it was a church, so I'm sure there's a lot of dead people here. I need to find out where the witness is. My mom, I had to call home and realize, wait a minute, it's 11 o'clock. My mom's been in bed for like 2 hours. No, it's been Nicolas and her. What the heck is that? I know, well, that's not where I'm going. Anyway, Nicolas, my little sister and my cousin Jack were trying to play Fortnite, I guess, and for some reason kept logging into my account to do it because they thought that, oh, well, since we're on Nick's Xbox, we have to log into his account, and I'm like, hey, you don't have to do that. Stop doing that. So here I am back at the church, and I think it allowed me to do everything else. Like everything else kept what's the word? I didn't lose progress. There we go. I just didn't see that thing before, so there's that. I went up here. I was like, how did I get upstairs? And I realized I went up these stairs, and it just went around that way. But yeah, I'm getting dizzy. Wait. I need to find out where the witness is. So I need to find the witness. This is a ghost. That can't smell good. Is that a shoe? You want to ask that question? I think why is the best question to ask.
Did she find this as creepy as I do?
Oh, no. She never knew. Where's the fun in that?
So you stalked her.
I was the only one who appreciated her. Not like all those strangers she met at the bars, those animals. That's why I had to get rid of them. I did it for us.
Looks like
He
one of
killed
them
people.
didn't go so quiet.
That hit on her.
No. They were all too drunk to put much of a struggle. This happened while I was watching. I didn't realize I'd backed into a snowbank. I never smelled the exhaust. Suddenly I was here.
Wow.
To be honest, it's the best thing that ever happened to us. No more pesky walls or locks. Now I can watch her. Watch her every move. Forever.
That's creepy. A stalker that killed people that would hit on her. She never knew, and he didn't die from one of the people that, you know, was stalking her. He died because while stalking her, he backed up into a snowbank. The exhaust of the car went back into the car, and it suffocated him. I can read her mind.
It's well lit, and there are people around. What was that? Thought I heard a sound.
That's creepy. Wait, you see that hand? Inspect.
Where is she?
That's the girl.
Wasn't there a clue about the church in the apartment?
Who do I find that gives me more information about this? This being where I found the girl. Sorry, my mind's going faster. I'm missing something. Missing person report. Obscured. Maybe this? Damage wall. Photos of witnesses. There. That's photos of the witness collected by evidence. Can I find information? The picture on the right hand side, that's the actual pastor, priest, with her. So that has to be. That's not about the church. Okay, so it must be this. The one that just says the church. The witness stayed at the church, at a nearby church. The most obvious is the answer. I was right,
Father, do you
but I
have
wasn't.
anywhere that I could stay just for a little
Oh,
while?
of course, dear. The church is always here to help. I think we have an old attic you can stay in for as long as you like.
Staying in the attic? I better go check it out.
The priest told her she could stay in the attic. Where would that be? Oh, that'll be upward, sir. In case you're ever confused where attics are located. There's something over there. Can't stop loving him. The man is who he is. I can't help myself. I try to stay away, to be sensible, to consider someone I could actually share a normal life with. But I find myself thinking of Ronan all the time, and I can't stop. I can't. This is it. This is the real. Is this what real love is? Sorry, this is what real love is. I try to add emphasis and just kind of I stumbled over it. Okay, well that's. I think those are pits of hell. So I go into it. Like I'm not sure you can hear it, but it's growling. There's a girl there.
Hey, it's okay. Just don't go near them.
I couldn't look anymore. I had to stop it. Those hands, they tore at my soul, at my mind. It's your eyes. They get in through your eyes.
All right. Just calm down. You're not making any sense.
Shh.
What?
They're coming for you.
Thanks for the heads up, lady. Jesus, baby. What are these crows? I can't walk through them. And they're ghost crows. Yeah, you see that one? Underneath the light? Okay, that one that was underneath the light. It's another one of those chainsaws. Well, saw things.
deliver us from the shadow of the evil one.
If there's someone up there, please start protecting us. God. I hope this is helping.
I'm sure it's just isolated victims he picks off.
I don't think that
A lot of prayers going up right now. Not just hers.
He wouldn't come in here. Would he? At least I'm not alone.
There's like 3 other people here. Sorry, 1, 2. We watched an old black and white gangster movie marathon together, night before last. I couldn't believe he'd never seen them. I love the romantic parts. He loved the tough guy parts. When I brought him the fedora, which is the hat he wears, the next day he looked confused, but adopted it so quickly. It's just a part of him now. I don't think he'll ever take it off. What is this? Oh.
One promise I never regretted.
The best day of my life. We had known from the start we would end up here sooner or later. I actually didn't think that's what it was going to be. Is there anything else here that I need? Or want? I can't step on that. Can I possess you?
When she calms down, I'll go ask her why she needs to stay here.
The attic must be up there.
There's no office left there. Oh. We have a cat here named Gizmo. We're babysitting for like this past several months. It looked like his eye got scratched out. I'm like, oh, that's bad. And he was just winking at her really hardcore. Wait, you're trying to hit my girl? Stop that. Tell him to stop that. There we go.
I don't know, Angie. Brian is a lovely boy, but I worry about his family.
Well, his mother does seem to be a bit of a heartbeat, but Brian's worth it.
Yeah, I think so too, dear. It's just that Shelley didn't grow up around boisterous people, and I worry about the pressures of their relationship.
Oh, Sheila, they'll be fine. You know they'll have a long, happy life together.
Oh, I'm sure you're right. You've been her best friend since what, 4th grade? I think in some ways you know her better than I do.
She's had a great role model for motherhood, I must say. When she has kids, they're just gonna blossom with her.
You're so sweet. I must admit I am looking forward to grandchildren. Has she said anything to you?
Well, she hasn't said anything specific. I know they both want kids, but they ought to have a couple of years just to enjoy each other.
Of course. I don't mean to be selfish. I mean, what's the hurry?
The grandmother really wants children and wants her grandkids to like hurry it up before she dies.
To be a nice person. Why can't everyone do it? My girl's marrying her love. That's all that counts.
He's a great guy. But she's right about his mother. I hope my wedding isn't this stressful.
Hey, look, it's Wi-Fi. I always worry about walking through doors because I have no idea what's going on inside. Weird. Okay. Oh, see, like on the other side of that, that's hell. But for now, I need to get up there. What the hell? I can't get up there. Alright, how do I get up there? Oh, that's creepy. Boy right there. Creepy boy. Excuse me. Wait, I saw a cat. Where the hell did that cat go? third floor. That's where, yep, over here. Attic, third floor. Oh, and I can possess a cat. 3 creeper kids at the end of the hallway. Anyway, cat possession. You can use that button and hold that button to run while possessing the cat. Some ledges can be jumped onto by running up them. Possesses the cat. Oh, I can't even do that while being possessed as a cat.
Shoot, cat, get out of here.
I do what I want.
Okay?
Oh, yes, sir. Just regular maintenance. These things are big enough for small animals to go hiking in. So we just have to make sure none of the little critters get trapped in there.
Well, what
okay, that voice, you don't know who that voice is to me. That's the voice of another game called Colonel Campbell. He was the guy that would tell you what to do in the game called Metal Gear Solid. That's his voice right there. Not that guy, but the guy down here.
Oh, yeah, there.
That's an acting ghost. I wonder if he will chase me. Good, we don't need to go here. Howdy. Well, look, I don't like dying. You might be okay with dying repeatedly, but that's not really my thing.
Great. Really great.
You follow football? I don't just mean pads.
Well, good for me, I was doing.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sometimes.
My boy quarterback for the Witches all 4 years at Salem. Was on the varsity as a freshman.
Well,
this would never happen in my kitchen. They want excellent food under these conditions?
This guy would love to see my boy play football.
Okay, that guy's talking about his son, and I'm sure this guy doesn't care.
Not even listening.
Alright, where the cat does that? Okay. Oh, bathroom open. Is this what it's like to be a cat? Just like explore things and just do whatever? Actually, give me a second, cat. I want to check this out. It seems weird that there's nothing in this room. It seems really weird there's nothing in this room. There is something in this room. Detective skills.
It's a hard cold.
I'm not gonna lie, I now need to go into this room. I mean this room. I mean this room. Pretty sure it's this room. This room where that thing is.
Okay, I'm not trying to be picky, but seriously, now do you call this a centerpiece?
I'm sorry, ma'am. The request form said it would be a Puritan-themed display. It wasn't a lot more specific.
Look at that. Just look at it.
Where do they get their help?
I'm gonna have to kill that thing.
Plymouth Rock?
Well, I didn't
look this
think
way.
it needed to be that precise.
No, you didn't think too hard about any of this, did you? It says Salem. This whole wedding says Salem. It's a statement of pride. Don't you have any for this town?
Actually, I'm from Plymouth.
My family, not my husband's Irish family, but we go way back to the Pilgrims. We settled in Salem in the 1600s.
I don't like dying. I say this as a dead guy currently. I think looks just grotesque. Like how? All right, Dani's eyes, believe it or not, they're wide open. She's like, I'm ready to see this young live or dead. Come on, what I do? Eat it. Ghostbuster. TV. Alright, so I've been in this room. I need to go there. But how'd I get over there? Where's that cat? Did I? Okay. Life of a cat. How do I get out of here? Excuse me. See, being a ghost was a lot easier. How do I get out of here? No one cares. How about this? Seriously, no one gives two hoots about this cat. Just like, you think that's funny, don't you? I see it. Think like a cat, jump like a cat, be the cat. I hear dark voices down there. So, ladies? So I use a cat to get up that. Oh.
What am I worried about? Nothing is gonna happen. We're probably better off at home with the doors locked.
Yeah, that does a lot for a lot of people. That's not true. Doop-a-doop, cause cat life is the life for me. Right here. That's probably what Gizmo does, like, whenever he's not actually inside. But he does, though. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Shite. Oh, and I just closed the freaking attic door. Ah, crap. What time to... Yeah. Stay there for me for a second. Keep the meter running.
There she is, finally.
Why do I always lose my keys when I need to leave?
How can I get through to her?
When would the witness knows? I can't eavesdrop on her. I can't do that either. I don't know enough. I need to find out what the witness knows. And what, is she locked in here or something? That's like it belonged to her mother's at one point. There's that creepy boy. You see the boy out the window? Creepy. That's what you want. We're a creepy boy staring at you. Alright, so I'm gonna go through this wall. Maybe there's something on the other side. There's not. Other than this, but I seriously need to get back to the investigation. I thought there was gonna be something more out here, but alright, so there's something influence her thought? What would make her think about the Bell Killer? I think the searching killer will help her think about the Bell Killer.
So get the hell out! Ow! God damn it! If you ever possess me again, you have no
I'm already
right
dead,
to
lady.
dump your unfinished
Hold
business
on.
me.
Now, I'm tracking down my killer, okay? Someone who was seconds away from attacking you about an hour ago. And if...
You can see me.
You can see.
Oh, you can't see me. I just did a finger point to the TV as if I was a detective.
Holy shit. You're a medium.
She's kind of average.
Well, I ain't die the luckiest guy in the world. I just found the perfect little helper.
What is it with you guys and my family? Helping the cops do their job is not some privilege. It's a trap. I'm not your informant, your partner, or your friend. I don't owe you. If anything, you owe me. Dick.
Yeah, I get it. You're tough, okay? But you're not tougher than him. You saw what he can do. He's coming to you, or someone close to you. Whoever he wants dead is lucky to still be alive. Now, I know what I'm doing, and you can help me stop him. All you have to do is answer some questions.
Always starts with answering questions.
Look, I'm sorry. What happened to you was horrible. And you saved my life, so what do you want?
Answers. I like answers. I need to figure out what the witness knows. Is there anything new in the room? Nope. I need to talk to her. Fine. Why would the killer be looking for you?
I was murdered tracking that son of a bitch to your place. So why would he be looking for you?
That freak was probably looking for my mom. Me. I'm a nobody. Invisible. My mom and I tried very hard to keep it that way. Not everybody wants to be noticed, you know.
Looking for your mom, or do you know the killer? What do you think is the more important question?
Hurry up, man.
We already figured it out. She doesn't really know. She really might have something to do with her mom.
Fine.
But she sounds like she almost knows.
That's what I care.
Like she knows the killer personally. So. If you were trying to figure something out like this, what would you ask next? B?
Thought you were gonna ask me something.
There's no right or wrong here. Okay.
Have you ever seen my killer before tonight? Do you have any idea who he is?
You cops are so hard up on clues that you're actually asking people if they know who the killer is. Now I get why you need so much help.
I'm not asking people. I'm asking the witness whose life I just saved.
Alright, so the only question left is looking for your mom.
Looking for your mom? What does that mean?
She's like me, but she found a way to make a respectable living off of what we can do. Living that probably turned her into a target.
So what's quite left is where is your mom and what do you mean by respectable living? We know that respectable living. I know respectable living is working. Excuse me. Working with the police. She's a medium for the police. The police need some kind of supernatural help. They go to her mother.
So where's your mom, kid?
Probably dead. She would never just leave me without saying a word. Never. I don't know where she is. I know the Bell Killer had something to do with her disappearance. Him showing up tonight just proves it.
If he killed her, why would he come back to her place?
I don't know.
She must still be alive.
Never helped.
Maybe he's not her that she was looking for. Why don't you live there? As in the apartment. Why were you at the apartment tonight? And we already kind of figured out that. What do you mean by?
Thought you were gonna ask me something.
X. Gotcha.
All right. What were you doing at your apartment?
I live there, Sherlock. Well, I used to, whatever. My mother has been missing for a few days. I don't see her that often, but she never just disappears. Not like this.
Guess no questions left.
Why don't you live there?
Because of people like you, always asking for help. Trying to connect one last time with your loved ones or resolve some crazy problem. I love my mom, but I can't live in one place for too long or people like you will find me too easily.
I wasn't home much either growing up. I know that's rough.
Last question.
Respectable living.
Yeah. Hey, you might know her. She was working the Bell Killer case for the cops as a contract psychic, a profiler.
Sorry, kid. She doesn't ring any bells.
I found this in the apartment tonight. Mentioned something about some Bell Killer book. And it's in her handwriting.
Bell Killer book. If she was a profiler, it's probably the book she kept all her case notes in. That would be at the station.
Really?
You're not safe alone. You need someone watching over you. Us cops find missing people. I found you, and I can help you find your mom. Your problem is now my problem, too.
No way. Don't get me wrong. You saved my life, and... Okay, I can't pay that back, but your problems are your problems, and
Good.
mine are mine. There they are. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Have a nice afterlife.
Wait a minute. Don't go yet. Just stop for a second, will you? We're on the same side. If your mother's involved, we need to work together.
Work together? What are you gonna do? You're dead. I'll handle it. Just leave me alone!
Powerful scream.
I bet she knows more. I can't let her get away. There's gotta be another way down.
Okay, that's all we got time for tonight, because it's getting kind of late. We got early morning tomorrow. So, thank you guys for watching part 2. Part 1 I just did by myself when I had an Xbox the first time. And hopefully Dani will be nice enough to actually talk a little bit more, because your insight is definitely helping. So, good night to everybody, and see you next game. No, that's not the saying. See you next level. That's what it is. See you next level.